Hello and welcome everyone to this week's COT review. I'm Thomas from COTbase.com, and today we're going to have a look at the fourth COT report of 2015. As usual, we're going to start off with the changes in commercials position. So here we go. As you can see, we've got cocoa on top of our list with a 41% change in commercials positions. Pretty large changes in large specs and small speculators also if you look at the chart. Of course, this is a bullish COT change signal. Possibly affecting prices very soon. But let's have a look at the 5-year chart and see how extreme this market is becoming. As you may see, we're moving away from bearish extreme levels. As we do so, you can see we have witnessed a change in the trend. So if you look at the chart and the COT charts, you may conclude that we are actually moving towards the downside of the market. We're very far away from bullish extreme levels, as you can see, and not that far away from bearish extreme levels at the moment. So the change signal is telling us we may see a bit of a rise in prices in the upcoming few days, but generally speaking, the wider term picture seems to be still bearish. Dow Jones is our next market, where we have a 26% change in commercials positions. You may see that large speculators have moved below the zero line, becoming net short. Together with commercials, it basically means only small speculators are optimistic about the market. But this, if you look at this 1-year chart, is not that unusual. It's pretty common, actually. Moving on to the 5-year chart, we may see how extreme this market is becoming. All-time extreme, warning, all-time extreme in small speculators. They've never been so optimistic about the market. This, of course, is a very good sign on the downside. We may conclude from here that we're going to be seeing lower prices. Of course, let's not forget that these indexes do correlate with each other, so it's best to have a look at the S&P and NASDAQ and then decide what to do. Looking at commercials and large speculators, we are actually, in case of commercials, getting closer to bullish extreme levels. Same for large speculators as well. So maybe not the best signal to enter a trade based on that. Soybean oil is our next market, 23% change over there in commercials. You can see the change size over here being definitely much larger than average. It is, again, bullish COT change signal. Moving on to the 5-year chart, let's have a look at the extreme. Here, as you may see, we are moving away from bearish extreme levels. As we do so, we see even greater declines. We talked about soybean oil a couple of times, stating that it is very unusual to see such an extreme coinciding with a bottom in prices. But anyhow, that's the case, and we are right now moving away from these extreme levels. Moving on to large speculator COT extreme. Soybeans is on top of our list with a 434 report extreme in large speculators. It is a pretty large extreme, but as you can see, not that long ago, we've witnessed a similarly large extreme in the market. That was, of course, a bullish extreme, so this is a bullish extreme again. Actually, it's basically just supporting the last COT extreme signal. We are still expecting higher prices in soybeans market. Silver is our next market with a 361 report extreme in large speculators. We've got 225 report extreme in commercials. So again, we're talking about huge extremes in silver. This case, we have a bearish COT extreme signal. If you look at the chart, you can see how well this market has reacted to these bearish extremes in the past. So even though on this 5-year chart you may see silver being very weak at the moment, the COT report suggests that we are actually in for more weakness in the upcoming few weeks and months. And last but not least, the lumber market, where we have a 326 report extreme. Let's open the 5-year chart. Here we go. You may see that we have a bullish COT extreme here, and as you can see on the chart, the last few extremes were actually successful, although not long lasting. But nevertheless, it is an extreme situation that's present in the market. Back over here in 2011, you see how well these bullish extreme cases have managed to pinpoint the bottom in the market, and since then we see prices going higher. That is going to be all for this week. If you would like to have a look at other COT charts, you can do so at our COT charts page. If you would like to have more in-depth and detailed COT analysis, then of course this page that we're looking at right now is the page you want to use. You can add other great functions to the tables: a long-term trend, volume and open interest scores, the COT index, and of course you can look at all markets, the new COT report types, other data types, and of course do your historical analysis on any older report. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.